Hello guys, today a new policy was announced. I didn't have the chance to read it fully, but from the few things that I saw, I'm very surprised. That's why I even have the camera on. I want you to see like my reaction because I just read two words and it was ultra bad. Um, First of all, is my audio fine before we start? Because this is huge. This is huge. Is my audio fine? I hope it's not like Galza's video. Because this is crazy right now. I just need a bit of confirmation that you can hear me fine, and I will start telling you what changed. Okay. First of all, they changed the time limit, even for locals. So now we have 50 minutes, and I am already scared of what that means because the last time we had the reversed, basically, the policy that they didn't apply, I think, or they applied it only at Worlds. It was terrible because it was something along the lines of that if you don't win in time, both of you lose. So I hope they don't implement it here. Overall, I'm happy that we get more minutes. Okay, because losing to time or getting a draw to time is how I lost most of my matches at Bologna, and I was really frustrated. So I'm happy for that. We will also see less slow play if we don't have the awful time rules that they thankfully reversed. Around times maybe adjust for tier 4 events, that's only for Worlds. Local, regional, Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship, meaning the YCS, and World Championship. You will now have an additional 5 minutes. Okay, sure. Number of rounds, general, this is huge. This is a new subsection to accommodate the difference in number of rounds required for specific tournament tiers. Meaning, okay, tier 1, 2, like locals, OTS, maybe regionals, I don't know. The maximum top cut for any number of tournament participant is 8. So it means regardless of how many duelists entered a tier 1 or 2 tournament, the top cut playoff will cap at 8 duelists. So I don't remember where Nats are. I think they're tier 2 events, no? But if Nats are tier 2 events, then you don't have top 16, top 32, how many players played, basically, the playoff. So now only 8 people will play. What I am afraid is this section that says there is a chart to explain the correct number of buys along with, okay, it doesn't matter. There is also a chart to explain the new top cut. The maximum top cut for any number of tournament participant is 8. So you're meaning to tell me, if I am understanding this correctly, I might be wrong, okay? I might be wrong. But in a YCS, which is a tier 3 event, with 3,000 people, like last year's Bologna, only 8 people get to try to win? Like, are you kidding me? What the fuck is this? Am I not understanding something? The maximum top cut for any number of tournament participant is 8. Top cut rounds no longer have time limit, doesn't fucking matter. 2 additional Swiss rounds have been added. So, day 1 and 2 at Bologna, last year I think it was 13 rounds? So now, if we go D2, we have to play 15 Swiss rounds. 15! And only 8 of the people will top. I mean, will play for the win. I'm guessing they will still top, those who don't play. But it still sucks. Because the players who will have very good scores will get fucked by fucking tier breakers at X1, X2, I don't know. But they will not have a chance to win the YCS anymore. Triff won at Anaheim with an X2 record. He was the last of the top 32 players to top, and he won the event. Now that scenario is not possible now. Regardless of how many duelists enter a tier 3 event, YCS or WCQ, the top cut playoff will cap at 8. Duelists in playoff rounds will not have a set time limit, it doesn't fucking matter. During these rounds, duelists will still be expected to play at the proper pace. Whatever. We are balancing out this change to top cut by adding 2 additional Swiss rounds. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay. At tier 3 tournaments as the YCS, if you lose in the earlier Swiss rounds, you will have additional rounds to recover, which gives you a chance to win additional pricing or even make top 8. I guess this makes more people top, but not more people to have a chance to win the YCS. I mean, I don't know how I feel about this. Pricing distribution for top finishers remains the same even if you finish outside the top 8. Prizes will continue to be awarded to duelists depending on their final standing on the tournament, just as before. Sure. Section 4, Tournament Play. I haven't read from here and below, so we're reacting to this together. The section covers information about registering. Okay. Intentional draws. What changed? The subsection has been removed. What does this mean? With the new end of match procedure. Oh my god, they applied an end of match procedure. Oh no. Matches can no longer end in a draw, intentional or otherwise. Oh no, don't tell me they did this. Oh no. Reporting the match results. This section, what changed? In addition to the game loss applied to the next round, for the duelist responsible from submitting a match result within 5 minutes, both duelists will receive a match loss at the current round. That's fair. If the round ended in end of match procedures resulting in a double loss, both duelists are equally responsible for submitting the match result. Okay, end of match procedure, this is the important. Because I'm understanding that they did the same shit show they did last time. We have an entirely new end of match procedure. Congratulations. You really needed that, right? Swiss rounds a single elimination will use the same end of match procedure. If a match does not end with a winner, both duelists will receive a loss for the round. The final match of a single elimination tournament will no longer be timed. Some tournaments will have additional rounds of single elimination that will be untimed, but that will be posted in the event-specific FAQ. Oh, for fuck's sake. When time ends in the round, the match is over. Neither player may begin or continue any action that may take place in the game. If the match is not finished, then it would end on a double loss. A match is considered finished when one of the duelists have either won 2 duels or lost 2 duels. If the duelists have completed 3 duels, okay, it's the same shit show from last time. In order to win a match, the duelist must win 2 games prior to the round time expiring. If neither duelist has won 2 games, the match ends as a double loss. It has been several years since the last end of match procedure change, so make sure you're prepared for your next tournament. How can you be so stupid, Konami? How? First of all, what this means, right, is that you can no longer go into a grind game. Because 5 minutes are not enough to play out a grindy matchup. Assume at least 2 games will go into a grind matchup, because first of all, now the decks do not make FTK boards. There is plenty of outplay potential, but not resulting in an OTK. So that means that there are a lot of the chance of going into a grind game is much higher than what it was at Rizal format, for example, or Miles, whatever you want to say it. So that means if you're not playing a fast deck that can kill your opponent instantly, like turn 3 at most, and you go into a grind game, there is a high chance you are losing the match, even if you are winning this. Bro, what the fuck is that? First of all, right? Assume me and my opponent played a very grinding game 1. Or game 2, whatever you want to say. So now we go game 3 and we have only 5 minutes left. My opponent, assuming he wants to stall, like even if I make in 3 minutes an unbreakable board, and he has 1 card in hand because he hand trapped me 4 times and he did nothing, he can stall out the game for 2 minutes saying, oh, I'm thinking, and then we both lose because he wants to take me down. Do you know how impactful that is for a YCS? If players actually want to be toxic. Like, of course, obviously, some people, if not most people, will not be that guy, you know. But let's assume you're a YCS, right? Your opponent asks for a take back because that has happened to me. And you say, no, you can't, we're in a YCS or whatever. The rules don't allow you. Then the opponent is getting angry at you and he takes you down with him. How is that fair? Because this is what Konami made right now. You give us 5 extra minutes, and what you take from us is, first of all, having... I'm not against having the time win condition, because that made deck building awful. But what you take is more than what you give, in my opinion. Like, I was reading for an exam and Konami dropped this bullshit, so I had to cover it. You know? What the fuck is that? I hope it doesn't ruin my YCS, for real. Because my deck will not go into such a grind game, I think. Like, I don't think we will go past turn 5. But this is bullshit, because some decks just cannot play. Like, you remember decks like Bestial Control, Runic, Sky Strikers. These decks are not good anymore just because of this time rule. You can't grind out the match. You can't win on the long run. You have to win turn 3, 5 most. And this is awful. I don't know. For fuck's sake. Like, they got backlash from the players. They reversed the rules to back where it was. And then they do this shit again. So now what? You have to call a judge every round to make sure your opponent's not slow playing to take you down? This is what Yu-Gi-Oh has come to? Because I will do it. Like, I will call a judge every game if I see my opponent thinking for more than a minute. Because now there is no time to waste. You have to play out 3 matches. 3 matches. And that's insane. I'm not against not having a time win condition, because this was just making Vanquishal players win undeservingly. But still, this is not the solution. Just make the old time rules. Just give us 2 rounds, 2 turns to play. Like, 1 turn for the turn player and 1 turn for the opponent. So both get 1 turn after the time is called. What the fuck is this bullshit? Isn't that what happened already with just the opponent scooping thanks to old time rules? Just the opponent... What do you mean? I don't understand. What scooping before time? What do you mean? I'm just hopeful that some players will like man up or understand that if they are in a very, very losing situation and the time is called, they will have the dignity to scoop it out just before the judge comes or whatever. Like, okay, I scoop time 1 second before the time because I can't win. Like, no way you're going after turn 5 for a grinding matchup knowing you lose due to time, so you'll just scoop before. Yeah, but what if you are game 3? What if you are game 3? What if you want to grind it out because you think you can win, but just not in time? Like, let's say you break their board, you deal some damage, which in all the time rules you would win because first of all you broke the board, so the opponent cannot come back from this and attack you, and second of all you deal the damage. And against Yami, that's a really big deal in my opinion right now. And then you would have a board state that your opponent couldn't win, so he both couldn't break the board and he would have taken damage, right? So he would lose the match eventually. But now, if you go into a game 3 and you can win in the grind game, now you can't. Like, what is this bullshit? And not only that, like, not being able for one guy to win, that's fine. Both players lose. This is so fucking shit. Do you know how easy it is to be the petty guy and then let's say you got mad at your opponent because he did something not very honorable, or you're just you have a temper, right? Because this guy exists, and I actually got one of them at last year Bologna, and because I sacked him, he was low playing the fuck out of me, and then he read the resonator for time. Let's say one of these guys plays against you, then what? You're doomed to lose, even if you can win, just because. Oh, I'm thinking. Yeah, how much time? Yeah. I guess it's not even a tie now, bro. You both lose. Is it now official? Before it was just for Worlds, no? Yes, but now it's official. And the worst part, like, I can deal with this, okay? Just play fast is the answer. And a lot of people in the comments, because I will make this a video, a lot of people in the comments will just say, oh, play fast, you have 50 minutes. Correct. I'm more mad about the top 8 playoff. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean top 8? Last year, 64 people could try on 32, I don't know, 64, 32, it depends on the people that played out. Some events, 124, maybe, could play it out and win the YCS. That's how Triff won his first YCS. That's how he became the champion. He was last at top 32, dead last, and he came back in the top cut. Now you can't do that if you are top 32. You just take your fucking mat and then you leave. And I'm sure they will not improve prize support, because they are literally fucking at least 24 people. At least 24 people average in a YCS could have gone better place. So now basically Swiss is all it matters, because if you get a good Swiss, you are 8 top at least, and they have 2 extra rounds. And okay, I guess if you just need to top a YCS 64, 32, it doesn't matter. But last time you could at least play it out, you know? You could say, oh, okay, I'm 64, 40, yeah, whatever, 32, 32nd. But I could play it out in the playoff. Like, I had a mad match, because if you're playing 15 Swiss rounds, you're not gonna be lucky every time. Of course, if you're a good player, you can get a very good score, but that's not gonna happen for 15 rounds in a row. Like, sometimes you will be unlucky, sometimes your opponent will just have the better hand and she will outplay you, sometimes you're just gonna brick. So now with the 2 extra Swiss rounds, you are increasing these chances, and like, I don't know. Like we'll see. Maybe I'm completely wrong about this, but I don't like this at all personally. Like both the time rule and this, because it's not gonna make the tournament faster. Like, what is the point of adding 2 rounds that they could be top 16 and top 32? What is the point? Like, I want to see the excuse. What is the point? To explain the new top cut, the maximum top cut. Do they state the reason why they did that? No, they don't even give us the reason. So, for no reason, instead of playing top and have that, let's say, glory of being on stream and playing the top cut, and you have at least topped. So now all you need to do is either win, or if you lose, you at least know you are in the top cut. But now you're playing a Swiss round where everything is like nothing is certain, and I guess that will impact also the people that will be in day 2, because I'm assuming since we're gonna have more rounds, we'll have more people passing in day 2. Because Swiss affects, day 1, 2 affects the Swiss rounds, not the top cut. The top cut people will be the same. But, like, I don't get it. Why these 2 extra rounds shouldn't be the top cut rounds? Why are you taking away the chance of 24 people to win the YCS? You're taking out the chance. And you're gonna say, okay, it's the same, basically. Because these people are gonna play 2 Swiss rounds extra, which is true even if they won the playoff. But now, what this means is that they are not gonna have the same matchups, because once you go into the playoff, the pairings are defined basically differently from what they were assigned on Swiss rounds. Like the first person on Swiss will play against the second or third person in Swiss. But in the top cut, that's not true, because the first person is gonna face the last. And that's huge. And that's really huge, because the first person on the Swiss round, let's say round 12, 13th, would get top 1 in Swiss, and she would play against the worst quote-unquote player in the top cut, according to the standings. But now she will have to play against the best. So now, the second best or third best. So now, basically, you're lowering the chances of these people who would be in the top cut and would play the playoff against assumingly worse people. Now you're taking away the chance of having that opportunity to win the YCS. In my opinion. That's what the math says. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're just doing changes that don't impact. They don't impact the game in a good way. What was the reason of doing that? Like, what did they thought in their headquarters, and they were said, "Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's just add 2 Swiss rounds and take away 2 of the top cut." What was the point? What is the point of doing that? Because I don't get it. Okay, whatever. Fucking idiot company, for fuck's sake. And they decided to release that instead of the ban list, by the way. This is what we got instead of the ban list. I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know. This company is just miming, I think. I think they sit down and like take a joint, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this will fix the format for sure." In my opinion, I like the new time rule because I hate burn options. The top cut rule says doxy though. Yes, I agree with the burn, but this is a very, very easy way to fix this. It's the very easy way to fix this. Just don't end on a double loss. I mean, if I am 1-0, 1-0, I have won game 1. Very grindy. We go game 2. Time is called. Both of us lose. Why not just give one loss to both players, but not double loss? Meaning, if I am 1-0, I would get one loss and my opponent would get one loss, so I would be 2-1. Why not do that? I mean, this is more fair than what this bullshit is. In my opinion. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Like, why did they even made this? Why? What do you mean double loss? Like, do you understand how many decks are unplayable right now? Do you know how many decks have the win condition of grinding out the matchup, out resourcing everyone, and then little by little win the game? Now you can't do that. You can't play these decks. And when you play these decks, at least if you went to time, you had a way to win, or the opponent had a way to win with the burn options. Now this is not an option. If you play a grindy deck, you are basically taking both you and your opponent out of the match, because both of you are gonna have a game loss. So you are being punished for playing the deck you like. I have never seen that before. Memento unplayable? Yes, Memento unplayable. For real. Like, a deck that needs 10 minutes to combo is unplayable. Yes, that is true. Because if both players, for example, play such a deck, a combo deck that takes so much to combo, like when I was playing Memento, I was playing fast as fuck, and my average turn was taking 7, maybe 10 minutes if my opponent had many hand traps. 7 to 10 minutes per turn. And I was playing fast as fuck. Imagine someone who plays at a reasonable pace, or someone who wants to slow play with Memento. This shit is gonna take ages. Ages. And you're meaning to tell me that, oh yeah, you didn't win two games, you lose both of you. So basically you can't play Memento right now, right? Like, you can't, realistically. Or you have to play fast as fuck and potentially misplay. And if you misplay with such a deck, it's most likely you're gonna lose. In my opinion. So now, what is the solution? Like, obviously play fast, both of you. And when I play at Bologna, I will say to every opponent, please, let's play as fast as possible. Like, I will not slow play you. Right before we start the game, I will not slow play you, no matter what. But please do not do it yourself. You know. I will say that to every opponent, because if they try to do that, like what? I have to call a judge every round. I don't want to be that guy. But I will, if I have to, in order to not lose. You know. I mean, both of us lose, and obviously, there are two opinions that I saw when this bullshit was announced for the first time. One of them is that, oh, it's not worth it to take your opponent down because you're gonna have worse tiebreakers. Yeah, but you're taking one person away from those tiebreakers. Like, you're taking a guy out of the top cut. But with that, if you won game 1 and time is called at game 2, the winning player could also stall. No, because he wouldn't go first. No. If I win game 1 and my opponent's playing game 2, like, of course you're gonna think for some hand traps. If you're hand trapping the first, the second, the third card, at this point your opponent will call a judge. Like, it's not worth it for you. But at least if I win game 1, from what I am suggesting, not this shit, and the time is called, at least I would win. But now, no. No, that just doesn't happen anymore. I mean, this is so shit. I'm thankful for the extra 5 minutes, because honestly 45 minutes are not long if you play certain decks. But yeah, I don't know, like, when I'm playing Dragon Tail, since I've started playing Dragon Tail in real life, I haven't been to time that much, but I have been very, very close to time most of my games. Because the deck needs to grind out the matchup. Obviously, I'm gonna play Dragon Mage, which is an explosive deck that can, after the combo is done, you win on this turn. But if someone wants to play a more basic Dragon Tail, he has to grind out the matchup. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I'm so frustrated. I don't even have time to complain about this anymore. I have to go back and study. But yeah, this is a shit show. This is a shit show. Especially the top 8. Like, I'm not that mad about this because me personally I play fast. And I will ask my opponents to also play fast. But like, this is bullshit. I don't know what to say. Yeah, that's it. Obviously, some of you might not enjoy these rules, so I will not say hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, we will see. Obviously, some other YouTubers will also upload videos about this. So, I don't know. I will also hear the other opinions. But mine personally is that this is bullshit. We'll see. Especially the top 8. Like, I'm so mad about this, fat. I'm so mad about this. So mad. Like, there is no way this is real. Okay, whatever. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. It was kind of unscheduled, let's say. I was hoping it would be a banlist reaction, but instead we got this bullshit. What can you do? Thanks for watching, and see you possibly in a few days if we are blessed with a ban list. Let's hope that it's good. See ya.